Well, we're coming to the end of another year, the end of 2021. And in this video, I'd like to go over with you how the prices have gone up here in the Lakewood Ranch area. Everything is local to the specific area. So in Chicago or in New York or in California, you're going to have different price increases. And I want to set the record straight for exactly how much prices have gone up here in the Lakewood Ranch area. We're going to cover days on market, price per square foot, all that kind of information. So if that's of interest to you, stick around. I have all the information coming right up. Hello, it's Mark Boehmig with Michael Saunders and Company. And in this channel, Selling in Lakewood Ranch, I educate the sellers as to what's going on in the market, how to best prepare your house for sale, and to get it sold in the shortest amount of time for the highest value with the least amount of stress. So if that's of interest, click that little subscribe button and ding the little bell so every time I put on a new video, you'll be notified. In today's video, we're going to cover what's going on in the market here in the Lakewood Ranch area. So I sectioned this out into three zip codes, 34202, 34201, and 34211, which basically comprises most of the Lakewood Ranch area. Now, we do have some that are a little bit further south into the Sarasota area, which is just south of University Parkway. But most of that is new construction. So we've had very little resales actually occur in the past year in that area, although we've had a few, but not much to make a difference in what our statistics are going to show here in this video. The first thing we're going to talk about is what about the inventory? How many homes are on the market? This right here is going to show you the amount of inventory. So I went back to January of 2020. This is before the pandemic happens, before it actually is released, and we all know what's coming down. So right here, as you can see, in January of 2020, in those three zip codes, we had about 600 and maybe 25 homes that are on the market. So as you can see, as the pandemic spreads and people get scared, the inventory decreases. People are buying, buying, buying. They're trying to get their Zoom rooms. They're trying to get more room for the families. So we had a low in, looks like April of this year with under 50 homes for sale. And then you fast forward to November of this year, and you can see we still had under 100 homes for sale in those three zip codes compared to over 600 from about 2 years ago. The next thing we're going to talk about is what is the price per square foot of these homes selling for. So here we go back to January of 2020, and you can see they're just a little bit over $200 a square foot. And if you fast forward, you can see the trend line of the prices going up. And if I hover over this right here, it tells you that compared to last year, our price per square foot is up 26.5%. Now, that's a very telling figure there, because that's going to give you a pretty good close average of what the price increases for the homes have been here in our area. Another thing that we want to talk about is what are the days on market? In other words, how long is the inventory lasting before it's being sold? Well, we go back to January of 2020. It looks like it was about 77 days that the homes were on the market before they sold. Well, you can see people just buying, 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 buying. And fast forward to November of 2021, it is under 20 days. Now, we even had a low here, it looks like in August, and they were under 10 days average time on the market. So if we go up here and look at the highlights, it says right here that sold homes down 71%. So we didn't have any inventory. So that's why that number is showing down 71%. The next thing we want to look at is what is our inventory level? How many months of inventory do we have? Now, a balanced market is usually about 6 months of inventory. In other words, it would take, if nobody put their house on the market for sale, in 6 months, there wouldn't be any inventory left. So when we look at the amount of inventory for sale, that shows what the buyers have to choose from. And as you can see, in January, we had over 4.5 months supply. And now here in November, we have less than a half a month's supply. So you're talking about 2.5 weeks. And that corresponds to how long the houses are staying on the market. So as soon as they come on, they're going off the market. And that looks like that is down 64% from last year. So from here to here, our inventory has dropped 64%. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is what are the average price per sale here in Lakewood Ranch in those 3 zip codes? Well, as you can see, this is for sale and this is sold. So we like to pay attention to the sold line. So average prices were under 500,000 and now they're up to 6. So if we go over here to average price and hold over the market highlights, again, compared to the price per square foot, it shows that our average sold price in November was up 27.3% compared to last year. So that tells you that our inventory is going fast. We don't have a lot of inventory, and the average prices have gone up between 26 and 27% here in the Lakewood Ranch area. So what are we looking for 2022? This is just my guess, but if inventory starts to pick up a little bit, which we think that it will, and the supply chain issues get taken care of, which keeps our inflation down, then we're predicting a much slower increase on prices for 2022. We'll get some more inventory on. People will have a few more choices rather than only having 1 or 2 houses to pick from. Maybe they'd have 4 or 5 houses. And as we get more inventory, that's going to create more competition, and that'll keep the prices from going up so much. And the other thing that might help is our interest rate going up. So if we get up to about 3.5% for interest rates, then that's also going to have a little bit of a calming effect on people buying houses and the prices going up. So if you remember this, for every 1% increase in the interest rate equals a 10% decrease in buying power. So as the rates go up, people can afford a little bit less. Now, I will say this, about 50% of our sales here are cash, but a lot of the people that can afford cash are not using their cash. They are financing because they can make more money with their investments than they can just paying the 3 or 3.5% in what it would cost them to get a mortgage. So they're getting a mortgage and keeping their investments so that they can make a profit on those. I hope you got value out of this video. I look forward to a 2022 good year in the real estate market with hopefully prices not going up quite as rapidly as they have in 2021. If you get value out of this video, just click that little subscribe button and ding the little bell. And I get calls every day from people just like you watching my YouTube channel. So if you would like to get a hold of me, I'll put my contact information below. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.